Namaste. Good evening.
It looks like evening too. It doesn't. It's beautiful sunshine. Why does it look so
Where
dark? Wow.
where is the sunshine?
Oh, it's in front of me.
Ah,
You
there
wouldn't
you are.
you wouldn't say so, because the view
Now it
behind
is,
me looks
yes.
so dark. Gee, how are you?
Very good, very good.
Good.
We are today three of us here.
That's good.
Um, Normally, these Saturday, Sunday meets are very few because mostly people join in the Hindi one, and
Hmm.
therefore this is much more close, and it's an opportunity for us amongst us to chat about chat about some beautiful topic. So here we are. We Let's begin by just 1 minute of meditation. We begin with 1 minute of meditation, going silent, tuning into our breath, and then we swim together in the flow of the moment. Fantastic. So here I'm in a beautiful place up in the mountains in the Himalayas. It's near Dharamshala, the place where Dalai Lama lives, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And I just arrived today for 2 weeks retreat. Every year I come here. It's a place where you have naturopathy, Ayurveda, physiotherapy, all put together, yoga, meditation, and on top, a very, very beautiful space. A very, you can see the Himalayas right in front of you, snow-capped. So here I am, and today, tomorrow is Shivratri. If you may have heard that word before, tomorrow is Shivratri, and today is the third. Shivratri is the 14th day of the waning moon. Waning moon, and the of this month, um, and the 13th day of the waning moon is also dedicated to Shiva, which is today. So people fast on the 13th day who are devoted totally to Shiva, and those who are devoted to Shiva and Shakti together, or also those who are devoted only to Shakti, fast on the 14th day of the waning moon, and 14th day and the night, of course. So I thought I will take this opportunity to share something about Shiva as we understand, uh, as our understanding or comprehension is. But provided that is of any interest, Emma is around, Sonia ji is around, you are around. We can also choose what we want to speak about. And above all, if you wish to share something with us before we delve into it.
So no coincidence that I'm fasting today and tomorrow.
Amazing.
Amazing.
That's a call. And there are many people who are fasting today and tomorrow, both in the same manner.
Yeah, so I'm just having herbal tea and
Mm.
water for the next 2 days. Yeah. Wow.
Fantastic. In fact, if you could include, if your body permits, some amount of staying awake, not totally through the midnight, but at least during the midnight of tomorrow, it is so believed that there is a portal of energy that passes by on the earth plane. And those who are awake and not laying, but 90 degrees, get benefited immensely through that
So
passing wave.
is that midnight tonight or midnight tomorrow night?
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow night.
midnight of tomorrow, not tonight. Tomorrow is Shivratri. So Shiva simply means Shiva, as in for the time being, we take it only as a name, and Ratri means the night. So these two words together becomes Shivratri. Actually, this Shivaratri, the night of Shiva, happens on every 14th of 14th day of the night of the waning moon every month. So there are 12 of these, but this particular one is known as Mahashivratri, the great night of Shiva. So this is Mahashivratri, and all the devotees of Shiva celebrate it. Some, according to some texts, it is believed that Shiva and his consort, his wife, his beloved, got married today, Shivaratri. So there is a background story of how it comes, and he got married to Parvati, the daughter of Himalayas, but actually a full incarnation of Devi herself. So this becomes the night of the union of Shiva and Parvati. So that is one story. And the other story or the other belief is that it is this night that for the first time Shiva manifested in the cosmos. As such, Shiva is the pure potential existence. So that's the fundamental um, mm, bedrock of existence. Existence itself is Shiva. And of that existence, a small part is manifested, which we all are aware of. And it is so said that most of the part is not manifested. So some texts would say 1/4 is manifested and 3/4 is not manifested. And I would add and say that, and there would be many, a larger part which is unmanifestable. Out of manifestable, there is some manifested, some unmanifested. And out of that which is manifested, a part is known, lot is unknown. And out of that part which is known, only a part is comprehensible, enough to be communicated and put into words and language. And also of that part, a very little part fits into our beaks with which we pick up understanding. So of the whole existence, that whole existence is known as Shiva. And at some point in time, there is again a legend that he manifested himself as a pillar of light. That is what is known as Jyotirlingam. Linga uh, actually means linam gamyati iti linga. that in which all of this dissolves, goes and dissolves, or goes to dissolve, is the lingam. So uh, the other meaning of it is symbol. Lingam means symbol. And with that reference, the male organ is also known as lingam, as a symbol of masculinity. And then, therefore, a whole lot of stories revolve around that, around the male organ itself, and historians, archaeologists, and uh, psycho historians, psychology historians, historiopsychologists, they then begin to create theories of this was a male organ which was being worshipped in the ancient times, right up to Mohenjo-daro era, or even before that. Now we are finding such elliptical stone structures 10,000 years ago, even more. So, and very easily, historians call these group of people phallus worshippers. That is how they call it. But the texts, when the texts talk about it, they talk about it as a pillar of light that manifested on this particular night, a shining pillar of light. And two of the most important forms of divinities, who were again manifestation of Shiva only, Mahavishnu and Brahma, the creator and the sustainer, these two. So Brahma is the creator, Vishnu the sustainer. They they were startled to see this pillar of light, and amongst themselves started discussing how to measure it, how to comprehend it. So it is said that Vishnu became a bore and dug deep into the earth, or the plane they were standing on, to see how deep it goes. And Brahma became a bird to measure how high or tall it was. And it is said that Vishnu came back and reported, I could not find the end. I couldn't find the bottom. But Brahma came back. He also could not find, but at a very high altitude, he had, there was a tree, and he just picked up the leaf of that tree, some say a flower of that tree, and brought it down and said, look, I brought it down from the end of his height. And he was lying. And that is when Shiva sort of said that, Brahma, you are a liar. You should not be, you will not be worshipped. And that is why in India, Brahma, though he is the creator, is not worshipped because of this false testimony. So, and the whole process of worship or sadhana of Shiva to become one with him began. When we bring it closer home, much closer to ourselves, as to where are we standing in this Shiva lineage. Let me say one thing that uh, before even starting going even deeper into Shiva, one thing has to be made clear, that the entity that is referred to as Shiva is actually the same entity who is referred to as Vishnu, Narayan. There is no difference, no underline between the two, only a difference of words. There are only two different qualities. Narayan means the expansive one that expands, and Shiva means one who is compassionate. Only this. I would say his name should be a word that is put together, is something that is a joint of these two qualities. So when we look at Shiva and its relevance, direct relevance in the studies that we are undergoing, Shri Vidya, etc., one direct relevance is that we began our journey with the study of Hanuman. And Hanuman is considered to be an incarnation of Shiva, direct incarnation, a full incarnation of Shiva himself. And so the story goes. So Hanuman or Shiva is the same word. And if we have to, if we are to draw inspiration from Hanuman, or if we have to more deeply appreciate and create an even deeper connect with Hanuman, then we have to understand what Shiva is. As much as our big picture understanding allows us. The other thing is that the tool or the method that we have chosen, that of Sri Vidya, and the tool is the Sri Chakra. In that Sri Chakra, there are 4 triangles going up and 5 triangles pointing down. The triangles that are pointing up are known as Shiva triangles, and the triangles which are pointing down are known as Shakti triangles, and they both uh, uh, cross each other, intersect each other, and between themselves they form 61 points of intersections. All these numbers have all have mystical elaborations. How 61 points refer to the 61 nerve crossings in our body. And they are not only nerve in the sense of the motor nerves that cross, but also the nadis, the energetic channels. Uh, Earlier, uh, medical science was ignoring or even denying the existence of any other channel, so-called energy channel. All healers talk about that, but medical science won't accept. But recently, about 5-10 years ago, some people in the medical fraternity have begun to acknowledge the existence of certain subtle channels in the body, and they say that they pass through the mesenteries. And now, very recently, just about 5 years ago or so, mesenteries have been called a new organ in the body. Mesenteries are like a film that cover our organs, like a plastic film. So if there's a stomach, there's a mesentery around it, so tightly cover and pack it. The intestine and the heart and all the organs are well packed in um, uh, a very thin film-like tissue. But the scientists have now discovered that this thin-like tissue is continuous and has an intelligence of actually its own intelligence system. That is where they had to acknowledge a different intelligence system other than the nerves, because these mesenteries don't have so many nerve endings. So other than the nerves, there is another intelligence system that guides uh, these mesenteries to perform their functions, and they have been given the mesenteries as a whole are called a distinct organ, like the heart or the spleen or the liver. So those 61 points relate to that, and we in our practice learned the 61-point relaxation before entering into yogic sleep, yoga nidra. So that reference from the Sri Chakra. So that is how the dots connect uh, as to why we must inquire into Shiva, or have a deeper understanding, or get some handles to 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 resonate or to tune in to the Shiva Tattva, the essence of Shiva. The whole of Shiva is beyond grasp of any human being or even collectively. But we can certainly, based on according to our capacities, we can certainly smell his fragrance, the fragrance of his presence. It could be huge, 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 but with our tiny nose, we can smell his presence, and that is where that fragrance of Shiva, that fragrance of Shiva, we must embody and exhibit. Both embody and exhibit. And we, especially not to Miran, we, for so many years, we have a Shri mantra. In fact, Sonia ji could share that with you. A Shri mantra, which is a combination of the Gayatri mantra and the Mahamrityunjay mantra. And in the Mahamrityunjay mantra, which is actually dedicated to Shiva, the aspect of fragrance, Sugandhim, he's addressed as the fragrant one. He's addressed as the Pushti Vardhanam. He's addressed as the one who is nurturing, and Triyambakam, one with the third eye or three eyes. We can say that. So he's having three eyes is unique to Shiva. Fragrance here in this particular mantra, he's called as the fragrant one. He's invoked as the fragrant one. He's invoked uh, as the nourisher, nurturer, and he's primarily invoked as the one who perceives, who is at a level of perception. He perceives with the third eye and not merely with the two eyes. And to such an entity, the prayer is addressed that, oh, such entity with three eyes, nurturer, nourisher of all, and who are so fragrant, may I, or rather, the mantra is in plural. So may we collectively, may we roll away from the creeper of karma, just as a ripe fruit rolls away. It is not plucked, it just rolls away once ripe from the creeper and becomes free. And we may thus be set free from death. The word here used is mrityu. But I have explained earlier that mrityu, yes, we translate it as death, but in the Hindu ideology, mrityu, mri means to transit, to transform, to travel through, to move. So mrityu means may we be liberated from the cycles of transitions and movements. May we be liberated from that. But may we never be separated from the consciousness of immortality. Ma Amritat, consciousness of immortality, feeling of immortality, that I am the immortal one, I am immortal, eternal, timeless. More than eternal, timeless. I'm timeless. I'm a timeless traveler. May I find my highest peace. May my travel come to a conclusion. That's the prayer addressed to this. And so therefore, when we tune in to uh, Shiva, that we would pick up these three of his qualities given in the mantra, which are comprehensible. So one quality is that of um, the third eye. With these two eyes, we see the changeable reality. And when we talk of eyes, we also talk of ears. We also talk of nose. Eyes is only a sense organ. In fact, there is a third ear just behind here. One, it is said. So when we talk of the third eye, that we are able to see the truth. We are able to see through and see the truth and see it constantly. It would be as if you're watching a movie in a movie hall, but you're constantly able to see and be aware of the screen. Very difficult, very, very difficult. Once or twice you can bring yourself to that awareness, but you'll slip back into the movie itself. So third eye will mean a constant awareness of the seer or the hearer or the liver, the jiva, the conscious awareness of that. So that is the truth. And fragrance, fragrance. Fragrance will arise out of a clean and assorted mind. mental fragrance, fragrance at the level of emotional, mental, not only well-being, but a fragrant inner space. And we can all relate with that because when we step inside, we often find that space is not so fragrant. Fragrant will also mean harmonious, beautiful, like a song, not like a chaos. Uh, so fragrant. And that fragrance will give rise to, or is also another form of love. So third eye is truth, fragrance is love, and nurturing, the nurturing aspect, going going out to enable others to be their best, to be able to be of use to the other in whichever way, to bring comfort to the many, to bring comfort to many, to bring to be of benefit to many. That nurturing, nourishing arises out of compassion. So truth, love, compassion, these are the three words or the key words that we can say, we if we could tune into that or to these, that we would be tuning into the Shiva Tattva that way. And then, of course, rest of it is the prayer that that only we can pray with our big conscious mind. We should allow and accept as our karma ripens. Our karma ripens in many ways, not always pleasant. This afternoon, evening, actually, just before this call, I have had one of the most difficult karma ripening. Somebody, and that also I never knew that I would help somebody uh, uh, with something, and it would turn around into it could turn so bad uh, without my um, knowing unknowingly. It turns perceptionally so bad that I was at the receiving end uh, of that, and all benefit or whatever had to accrue out of that, you would have belonged to that person, but it turned around. So it will also be like it is also like a karma ripening, and it can happen anytime. And there could be not one fruit, but that fruit could be made up of many small fruits, and they ripen, and ultimately the whole big melon or ash gourd rolls away from the vine of karma. And it says that, but never, even while we are in this process, never means never. It is not that only after we roll off from the vine of karma that may we begin to be aware of our eternal, timeless existence. Now, the prayer says, may we never be uh, away from that. And this prayer, of course, is addressed to the highest supreme being. We call him Shiva. And but it is also addressed to ourselves because that Shiva Tattva Shiva dwells in me as me, that realization. Shiva dwells in me as me, that realization. So then this prayer or intention or a beautiful dialogue is within me, but the mantra is in plural. That means this whole thing cannot be practiced at a practical level in isolation. If you are you need to be with a group of people closely. This I'm just sharing from my personal experience and my personal understanding of the reality of life, that we have to stay close, hold hands together, and support each other in maintaining the fragrance of the mind, in enabling each other to help each other and also help all others, enabling each other to maintain our help each other to maintain our gaze at the eternal being that we are, and maintain our observer perception. If not so, it will be very difficult to maintain the Shiva Tattva. It is so subtle that we'll be drawn into conflicts, or sometimes even very enjoyable, extremely pleasant, enjoyable circumstances also get us out of this state of being. So Shiva Tattva, and in one word, Shiva means benevolent, compassionate, beautiful, true, of course, fragrant. I'm using so many words. I think each one of these words include all the other within their understanding. So then tuning into Shiv Tattva will be to pick up one of these words and tune in, whatever helps, or uh, have all the three words at three different times of the day, or when three different occasions happen. At that time, we tune into that dimension. If you can imagine, if it is it's a triangulated, is it called a tetrahedron, or I don't know. If it is a triangle also, like a pyramid. And imagine if on this side, when we are in contact with others, then we maintain the nourishing self. When we are in contact with ourselves, we maintain the fragrant self. And when in deep reflection and meditation, we try to anchor ourselves in the in being in presence and in front of the third eye, whatever we understand of these three. This is my simplified understanding of Shiva Tattva, applied Shiva Tattva for ourselves. And based on this, then we can work out meditation. We are all meditators sitting here today. There is no one who is not meditating. We are all here. Emma, Nivaji, Sonia ji, yourself, Meron, myself, we all meditate, so we know how to get there. But before that, before attempting that, may I pause and hear maybe Meron or yourself, all of you, one by one, how you feel about Shiva Tattva. MI's writing is that are the mesenteries different to fascia? Yes, fascia is just under the skin. Fascia. Just so you will say that the mesentery will be under the fascia or sticking with the fascia. But I would, after this call, read it up once again as to where exactly, or sometimes is the fascia and mesentery both get mixed up, or they get merged or belong together as part of a single layer. We'll have to check that. But this, I'm sure that mesentery has been given the status of a new independent organ. And it is through that all the pranic channels move.
Pavan, how do you spell it?
Mesentery, meson, M-E-S-E-N. Meson means the middle one.
Okay.
Mesentery, T-R-Y.
Yeah. Thank
you. So that's where the nadis, or the nadis are in this
Flow
mesentery.
through that. Yeah, that's what some people from the medical science are saying, that the nadis follow the mesentery. They are spread out through the mesenteries.
Because different people say, it's funny you're talking about this now. Well, it's because this is exactly what I was thinking about. because I'd heard someone saying that it was to do the nadis were running through the blood, because it's the life force. But of course, the life force is in everything.
Yes.
Even the
Yeah.
fascia has it, because I work with the fascia when I do massage treatments.
Yes.
So
Yes.
now we go in a bit deeper into it.
Yes.
It's fascinating.
When you say
Yeah,
nadi,
amazing.
when we say nadi simply means a channel, like a channel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to yoga science or Ayurveda, there are channels which are made for the fluids. They are called Shrot Vaha nadis. So blood, lymph don't go through a nadi, but blood flows through Shrot Vaha nadis. After that, there is another type of nadi. They are known as Pran Vaha nadis. That means there are these channels through which the pranic force flows through. Pran Vaha nadis. Hmm. And then there are the third type of nadis, which are known as Mano Vaha nadis. The nadis, the channels through which the mind flows. Now, I have a big question myself there. And the question is that both the prana and the mind, these two are not physical or material objects. Prana is not material. It is energy, but it is not an energy like we understand electricity. It is not an energy which can be convertible to mass. Prana is a different form of energy, a non-material, non-convertible energy for the lack of any other word. But prana is non-material. And similarly, mind is totally non-material. So mind and prana, if they are non-material, they cannot flow through material channels. They may not. So there could be pathways. Those pathways could be running parallelly or on top or inside. We would not know. There is no. But the yogis, at least for uh, the pranic channels, have spoken about 72,000 channels. 100 of them are arising from the heart, and the 101st, that particular channel is known as the Sushmana, passing through the heart, a very strong one. And the yogis, they practice to put their, they practice to hold their mind in the heart and push their prana through the Sushmana, take it to the crown chakra, and escape from or leave the body through that. That's their ultimate practice to for most advanced yogis. These are again things written in the books. It is good to know, but at our depending on where you are, I think we have enough work to do in on the third eye level, on the fragrant mind level, and being a nurturing and nourishing person for others at this level. We have a lot of tuning in to do there.
In the last session, when you did that beautiful meditation where we went through the material, what constitutes the body, you said that the mind is eternal. Is that what is I understood that the mind, because afterwards I was like, I'm not my body, I'm not my mind, but then maybe I am my mind, because you said the mind travels with you through
Yes,
your different
yes,
incarnations,
yes.
so
The
that
mind,
you don't drop the mind.
I'll answer that. It travels with you until you drop your body. Till you are in your body, the mind is your eternal traveler, companion. But after you have dropped the cycle, after you are free from the cycle of birth and rebirth, at that point, mind, along with all the elements of nature, Prakriti, returns into Prakriti, into the nature. Are you with me?
Yes.
Even with when we use the word God, why God is not equal to Brahman or Shiva? Because Shiva, when Shiva will pick the mind, Shiva plus mind becomes Jiva, you and me. And Shiva plus pure mind, only Sattva Gun, that mind becomes Ishvara. That is God. So God is Shiva plus mind, you can say that.
Uh,
Highest mind.
Pavanji, can I say something on this?
Yes.
So, what I feel is that mind itself is no capacity of its own. It is just the accumulation of our thoughts and conditioning of our environment, right? So until we are the yogis try to drop the mind also, means that if you try to look at, start observing the thoughts, whatever thoughts, suppose you doing a mantra jap or you doing any kind of sadhana, if you try to just only look at the thoughts, you will understand that it is just the accumulation of thoughts. It itself has is no identity of its own. In fact, our thoughts also, if we don't what word should I use, if we don't give importance to a thought, they have no value, and the constituent of these thoughts is the mind. So the practice is to drop mind also and feel that sat chit anand, right?
Absolutely, what you're saying is right. Provided one is able to reach there, one is able to speak that out of experience and not only out of what is written in the book. Actually speaking, uh, till till there is a human body, what we call the consciousness that inhabits the human body is known as jiva. Till there is the form of jiva, mind cannot be dropped. So whoever says we have dropped the mind or we can stop the mind, who can, how can you and me say, no, you have not stopped your mind? Well,
In-
there are such cases in which some references come that there are no thoughts arising in the mind. But that does not, mind is not merely the thoughts. At least there are four aspects of the mind: the thoughts, the memory, uh, uh, um, the intellect, and ego.
but
These
Pavanji,
are
all these things, sorry to snap you again, but all these things, whatever you are saying, these happen because of the conditioning of our environment, right? All these things, they
yes,
progress because of the conditioning, nothing else. It's just the
nothing.
conditioning.
It is the contact with nature. The moment
Yes,
consciousness will
yes,
contact with nature, it will get all of this immediately.
yeah. So
Ah,
until we are alive, we will experience this. But whatever we are doing with you, we should try to drop this as much as possible. I'm not saying that 24/7 we can do that, but for those moments when we can do it, those are very blissful moments.
hmm. And what my experience is that if you go and try to drop it, it won't get dropped.
Huh,
But
huh, exactly.
if you allow it to blossom it to its fullest,
Yes,
it will drop.
yes,
Uh, uh, if the mind becomes totally fragrant and full of beauty, it will no
yes,
longer it will no longer make you aware of itself. I'll tell you the other way around. In Ayurveda, you know what is the definition of a healthy body? The definition of a healthy body is a body that doesn't remind you of its existence.
yes.
See,
That's so
when you
true. How
don't have a
light.
headache, Anna,
Yeah.
you don't have headache, you don't even are conscious of your head.
Yes.
Same. I'm not conscious of my shoulder when I don't have shoulder pain, and when I have had frozen shoulder, the only organ in my body which existed was my shoulder. Was
Yes.
crying with that. So similarly for our mind makes us all the time aware of itself because it is not healthy. It is not in a, it is disturbed, agitated, scattered with chipta. So now how do we give it a direction to make it fragrant, to give it, make it coherent? Because wherever it is, we have to be in a state opposite of that. That's all we have to do. If the mind is scattered, we need to be gathered. If it is not fragrant, we just need to become fragrant. We have to just become on the other side of where we already are. And that is why we take the help of Sri Chakra and all the models, and we gradually approach it so that we clean the petals and finally the blossoming very slowly. We are not in a hurry.
Yeah.
And we cannot race it also. Even if we are in a hurry, we are not in total control of our mind. We can't control the next thought that arises. What to talk of the whole mind itself.
So on that subject, when I was doing my mantra this morning, silently, I still had those thoughts coming in, and I sort of, at the end of it, I sort of thought to myself, how many aspects of the mind are there that I can silently be saying my mantra, but there's also those thoughts of what I have to do today going on at that same time. Yeah. So you've answered the question for me, because if there are 4 different types, 4 different aspects to the mind.
Yeah. The mind in the yogic text is known as Chatushtay, Antahkaran Chatushtay. It's an inner instrument. It's a quadrupulated inner instrument. Chatushtay means quadrupulated. It's an inner instrument, but quadrupulated with 4 functions. And those are the functions. One is the mind, which is perceiving the reality through the senses. Mind has no other way to get information other than the 5 senses. And then it just processes it, brings it in front of intellect. And intellect then, in conjunction with memory and the mind and the condition of the senses, how forceful they are, intellect will choose. Intellect need not always choose the right things. It can choose whatever. Also the ego, how identified is the ego in terms of the reference to emotions or the body type or the nationality or the job one is doing. All of them, they work together, but the choice is made by buddhi, by intellect. And then it can make all kinds of stupid choices. That is why in Ayurveda, again, 80% of the diseases are attributed to making wrong choices. Not only wrong choices, they call it crime against your own wisdom. Pragya aparadh. Aparadh means crime. Pragya means wisdom. These diseases are results of your crimes again committed against your own wisdom, against your own understanding. And therefore, the Gayatri Mantra is a prayer or an intention to purify the buddhi. And only then Mahamrityunjaya Mantra, with that purified intellect, to be able to choose the truth, to be able to redirect the mind, to open the third eye, allow the third eye to function. That's function of the intellect, higher intellect. And then to keep the mind in a fragrant state, and then to order the 5 senses of perception and the 5 senses of actions to work for benefit of many and for the comfort of many. So that's the tall order set in these 2 mantras. And you'd enjoy even maybe writing it, or at least doing it once a day, and see how you feel. We'll share it with you. Nivaji, you have a word on Shiva? Maybe she's busy.
Who?
Pavanji, Ram, Pavanji, I'm driving. So
no problem.
Yes.
No problem. Go ahead. We won't distract you then. Go back to listening. Okay.
Om Namah Shivaya, Namah
Om Namah
Shivaya.
Shivaya. But you can always
Om
write
Namah
a small
Shivaya.
note about how you feel in the chat, so we will read about how you felt,
Sure. Okay.
what your impressions are. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then Sonia ji remains to make her comment. She may have got busy. So here we are. we so we come to a very, very simplified, simplistic grasp of Shiva, and which feels to be quite okay, and it's not cooked out of my hat. It is in the mantra itself directly. So to make that mantra alive, we have picked this, and we want to now tune into that. So as a meditation practice, now we have less and less time, but let me share this. In the meditation practice, we have to understand, to tune into Shiva, we can use the word Shiva. Shiva itself is a good word to denote what are we addressing, even though you may be non-Hindi or Sanskrit speaking, just to understand, like we understand what is Zen. We understand. So we say Zen state. We use Zen for Zen, like that. Or the word okay. Okay is an English word, but even in Hindi we say okay. We get it, what it means, what is the meaning of saying okay. So similarly, if we understand that, then we are familiar with the great mantra, and again, simple mantra, Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya means to Shiva, and Namaha means I bow down to, but it is much more than I completely accept the energy or the presence of Shiva to the limit of wiping out my own existence. Nama means I'm no longer even there. Only he. Only Shiva and nothing else, to the exclusion of any other thing. So Namah and Shivaya and Om, we all are aware. I have read enough about it. My only simple practice, which I've also shared in the past, and I find it very nice and effective, is understanding that na, the 5 elements are embedded in these 5 syllables. Na, ma, shi, va, ya. So na means nabha. Nabha means sky. Sky, throat area, throat chakra. Ma means marut. Marut means the wind element, the heart. She means shikhi. Shikhi is another word for fire in Sanskrit. Shikhi. So she, navel. Va is Varun. Varun is the Lord, is the water lord, is the lord of the waters, water god. Varun is the Swadhisthana chakra. And
Yeah.
Ya means Yama. Yama, normally, Yama, not normally, Yama is the name of the Lord of Death. But so therefore, Yama means death, Mrityu. And this world, this earth plane, is known as Mrityu Loka, the realm of death. Here, death is a permanent reality. Anything that has come in here is not getting out alive. So it here denotes the earth element, Mooladhara chakra. So when you, and Om at the third eye, Om is Paramatma, third eye. And otherwise also the seed syllable of third eye is Om, Omkar. So when you begin to say it slowly, meditatively, Om, let me just. So when you say it meditatively, Om, inside, Na, Ma, She, Va, Ya. Did you get it? Like inside, Om. Namah Shivaya. Like that. Right up to Muladhara. Then again, come back, Om. You can say Om all the way from Muladhara up to the third point. Climb with Om, then again another Om. So Om Namah Shivaya Om. Om Namah Shivaya Om. Can be. You can use one Om to come up totally. Again, Namah Shivaya. You have to feel it in your system. Sometimes that Om may be complete enough to take you to third eye, and you again go to Namah Shivaya. So it could be Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, or it can be another Om in between, no problem at all. To this, I just add one more little one, which I don't think no one does that practice with Namah Shivaya, is that the name for Shiva, the name for his Shakti is Shiva. Shiva and Shiva. See the difference? Both are Shiva and Shiva. Shiva becomes the energy, the Shakti dimension of Shiva. And all the Prakriti, the whole of Mula Prakriti, the whole of nature, along with the mind, along with the body, along with everything else other than Shiva is she. So I felt very nice when I do this, that one time you go Om Namah Shivaya, the next time when you go down, at the level of Muladhara, instead of saying Om Namah Shivaya, you say Om Namah Shiva Yai. That's all. Y-A-I. Can you get it, madam? If you write Shivaya, then S-H-I-V-A-Y, Shivaya. If you say Shiva Yai, then Y-A-I. Shiva Yai is the feminine. It just makes it just offers that mantra to his exact divine
Feminine.
feminine, yes, you're right, feminine counterpart. And you try doing this. So one time Om Namah Shivaya, next time Om Namah Shivaya Yay, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya Yay, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya Yay, again and again. But it should not go this fast. It has to be so slow that you are able to travel to your chakras at this layer. This will be a beautiful.
I actually wanted to ask you, Pavanji, that what is the pace that we have to do the mantra in?
Your
This
pace,
is
your
what you
pace.
just said. No,
Huh.
I mean, it is sometimes Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
No.
Om Namah Shivaya. This is what
Feel it.
Shivaya. So how slow it goes, and I mean,
It depends
it
how
depends.
clear you are inside, that you are able to travel from third eye to here. You have to move slowly in a lift, going down, taking the lift up. Or you can feel I'm flowing in a river, or a flow of light down, flow of light up, flow of light down. So after a few repetition, it will go faster because you'll be able to see all the 6 chakras. You'll be able to see from top to bottom easily. So you'll go quite fast, but not as fast as Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. This you can't do. But or at least I'm not able to do with that speed. But if suppose somebody can really go so fast to Muladhara and up, it is not necessary. We are wanting to make a fragrant mind. If you do that fast, you will have a tired mind at the end of it. But if you do it relaxed, and the beauty is you can do it while sitting, you can even do it when you're going to bed at night, and just keep traveling along that path and leave. Go to sleep. In about 10 to 15 days, you will wake up with this chant. Because when the conscious mind will drop into sleep, this mantra will drop into the subconscious mind. It will continue to chant because subconscious mind is always awake. It never sleeps. then when the conscious mind wakes up, it will wake up from the same space. So the first thought will be this. So,
And to start with, can somebody start with the japmala, or you have to sit
where
without
is
the
the
mala?
japmala here? For
No,
what?
there is no japmala here.
Nothing.
Okay,
You are traveling in your own this thing.
okay.
Ab khud mein to, we have to just
Yeah,
travel
but
here
people
only.
actually do japmala also. So I thought they.
Japmala will not tune into Shiva. Here we are tuning in to the essence of who he is, feeling, 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 feeling every space, every letter, and its connection to the elements. So the meditation on elements we have already done last time. Today also we could have done some meditation with that, but we'll not extend it, maybe next time. But if you were to combine it together and spend some time, first go through all your 5 sheets, get into your central channel one time, and then first the elements, offer them all to Shiva, and then the same Shiva as an expression of all the elements. The Shiva to whom you offered all the elements, you discover that the same Shiva is all the elements. It becomes all the elements. And then fold it up with a few onkars at the end of it. All silent, no movement of the tongue, none of the lips, no tension in the throat, no tension in the jaws. The tongue should be sitting between the upper palate and the lower palate. It should not be touching up, because what happens is sometimes subconsciously we are trying to say the word, but we know that we have to say it mentally. So our tongue is curdling like that inside the mouth. Everything in total rest and relaxation. And that is why in the beginning, it could be very helpful to do it while you lay down before you go to sleep, just to try it out. Then you will like it. Then you'll wake up and do it sometime. Sometimes in a garden, whenever you have the time. No, tongue should not be in the khechri.
It's
Emma, if you will
tiring.
put tongue in the khechri, your attention will go on the tongue. Eventually, much later, maybe you're able to be so much in control that you're putting, but the tongue will be in tension. Here we are wanting to go beyond the feeling of my body. We should not be feeling the body. Therefore, posture should be so comfortable that you're not maintaining your posture tight and sitting like that. Then you'll get a feeling of the body. You'll not be able to flow on the spine. That itself is a very difficult task, to go along and reach all the chakras, go down, come up, go down. It itself is, it misses. One misses that. So therefore, everything else should be so, so, so relaxed.
In fact, I find that even if the tongue is touching the teeth inside, any part of the cheek inside or teeth, so it is also very disturbing. Where have you to place the tongue? You cannot just put it in the center and
Sometimes
it's
a
going to
good,
touch hoga. Somewhere it is going to touch.
I'll say that. There is a good practice for that. If you say the word Ram a few times and just pause when your lip touch each other, you'll say Ram, Ram. Just when the lip touches, and you just stop there. 2, 3 times you'll dock in well, and you'll be in a state of relaxation. And you'll find that your tongue is neither touching the teeth nor up nor down. It is just somehow just relaxed, staying where it is, curled up.
It should
Yeah.
not be resting anywhere. It should not be resting anywhere. This is what.
It will be resting in its natural state. It will be slightly curled back. The
No,
tip
no
of the tongue will
supports,
be
no side
touching.
supports, no
No, that's
supports, no supports. Basically, it would be in a natural state and it would just
she is
be there.
practicing. Yes, you're doing it right, Reena ji.
Yeah, it's very relaxing, and you can't
Yeah,
feel
it
the
is.
tongue with this.
You don't feel the tongue.
Anytime if you are feeling
Yeah.
tensed up, the word Ram will help you um, relax your jaws,
Mm.
and you will feel your tension reduced.
It depends now when
And
you
later
close your
on,
eyes and you're not
I'm
vocally coming out. I mean, if the voice is not
uh,
coming out and you're just in our meditation and thinking about Ram.
yes, and I am tempted. Let me add this in 2 more minutes. That after a couple of these Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivayas, after that, a few Sitaram. C at Muladhar, Ta at Swadhisthana, the second chakra, Ra at navel, Agni chakra, Ma at heart chakra, and a certain resonating Ma going up till the Agya. It will bypass the throat chakra, come up here. Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Few times, then only Ram from navel to the third eye. After that, only Omkar at the third eye. You'll complete one set. You will not feel being left hanging. If you abruptly stop at Om Namah Shivaya, sometimes you might feel as if my practice is not complete. That is why a few repetitions of Omkar at the third eye will be beneficial. But if you have more time, then a few of Sitaram along the same channel, but skipping the Vishuddhi. Later on, Ram, skipping the lower chakra, just navel, heart, and the third eye. And then finally at the third eye.
Pavanji, I want to ask you that is it necessary to rotate the chakra within our body, or we can go beyond Sahasrara chakra also while doing mantra jap?
No, no. For while doing mantra jap, we don't need to go anywhere. It is because we are doing it in the mind. Mantra happens only if there is a mantra, it is
Yeah.
happening as a wave in the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So remain here, remain below the Sahasrara. This is enough work. We have enough work between these 7 chakras. And then, but when you go in dhyan, you understand? When you go silent after Omkar, you still have time and you still have this urge to just stay deeply silent. Then, then go. You can't go, then wherever Guru takes, wherever Shiva takes, uh,
Mm.
whoever, only they can ascend. And when you practice the 7 chakras as well as you can, at some point the Guru field will take over.
Yeah, but sometimes if you feel that something is ascending, probably the mantra itself is ascending from Sahasradhar to the body, that's also okay, right? There's nothing wrong in it.
Nothing wrong. What is wrong in it? Nothing. Mantra
Yeah.
will go where it has to. But you need to be very relaxed and not have too many goals or set up like a target. You are a sports girl, so you will have a target. I have to shoot that. So you have to use your targeting ability to be able to clearly target these 6, 7 targets. And after that, but don't take too much of stress for that. Otherwise, this may turn into a mental circus. We don't want that to
Yeah, yeah.
happen.
I mean, it is never, thankfully, it is never like it is very relaxing. So
Yeah, totally
I
relaxing.
wasn't, yeah.
Whatever works with you, however you are led and guided. As I said, today we are all of us here are meditating for some time, so we all have our own ecosystem
Yeah.
inside. So, but the occasion was Shivratri, so we were sharing it in that context. Shiva. Perfect.
So is Shivratri is also one of those very extremely potent time, like we have our Purnamasi meditation time where
Yes, yes.
these
All
energies are
of
very
these.
high, and Navratris.
Absolutely, absolutely. And basically, to really tune into Shivratri, you will need 1 year of preparation of doing all the Shivratris.
Like
Then every
how?
Shivratri, every month is a Shivratri. Every
Yes.
month, the Chaturdashi on the waning side Krishna Paksha Chaturdashi is a Shivratri.
Yeah.
Then comes this one, it is Mahashivratri.
Hmm.
So it depends which route. All of them are great. All of them are okay. We cannot do all. We have to choose. There was a time when I had proposed Pancharatri sadhana, but I myself broke down on that. I mean, I could not continue myself, and therefore it faded out. The Pancharatri sadhana begins from Ekadashi, goes up to Amavas Purnmasi.
Hmm. So then you do sadhana at night.
Yeah, you do sadhana at night, but basically it is fasting, being focused on, maybe you're sitting for meditation more often, all that. But
Hmm.
our daily life, our travels, our journeys,
Hmm.
on one hand, they
Commitments.
sound like excuses also, but on the other hand, so therefore we have to choose something much simpler. So Triambakam, Sugandham, Pushtivardhanam are these three simple words: Satya, Prem, Karuna, truth, love, compassion. First, we have to express these qualities. Only then anything else can be expected. Fantastic.
True.
Nivaji is leaving. So on that note, we are having I've already posted, we have posted in the group, we are having a um, Hanumat Pravas Satsang at Dimpleji's house.
So
So,
Pavanji will be doing Chalisa in that, or it's,
Chalisa
I'm
Puja,
not sure. Sundarkand, Chalisa, what?
but whatever is written there will be done.
No, it's not written. Nothing is. It's just saying Hanumat Prava.
Nahi, you go in, the program is given.
Okay, I'll recheck it. Probably I
Um,
tried to look like
Look
what
at it.
exactly we'll
The
be doing.
program is given, especially in the PDF. If you download the
Okay,
PDF,
I'll check the.
so basically it is to tune in to Hanumanji. So
Hmm.
of course we will have Hanuman Chalisa. Of
Hmm.
course, Hanumanji's puja. Of course,
Hmm.
little bit of kirtan, little bit of conversation, uh, dialogue like we are having right now,
Hmm.
and some prasad. That is all.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
So at
I'll.
least we connect physically in a physical space.
Hmm.
That is what.
Yeah, that'll be really nice. And we can again do at my place also in
Why not?
March if you
Why not?
whenever who everyone is free.
Why not? Why not? Of
You
course.
must go through the PDF, Irina, if
I
you are
will go through
missing
the.
that.
I'll be there
Yeah.
actually.
But
You
I
have to
have
be
a
there, of
class till.
course. You
Huh?
must be there. You should be
uh,
there. Of
I'll be
course,
there
you are already in the list.
for sure. I'll be there.
in fact, Devanshi, if she wants to
Please
come,
get the kids also
Yuvraj,
along.
just if they
You
feel
must
like,
get. Uh,
if
I'll
they feel
ask.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask
We have
Devanshi.
Praveen Singh. I don't know how much time we'll have for everything, but he's from Northeast. He plays the guitar so beautifully, and internationally, he's been playing guitar in London, in India, in Delhi. He plays around in many pubs and programs
in Missouri also, he's been
in
playing.
Missouri, all the
Who's
places.
the? He'll be singing. He'll
He'll
He
be.
will
also
also
be
play. Yeah, he
singing.
will be there.
Yeah, he'll
He'll be
also
there.
be singing something.
He's part of us. He's part of Shrikula.
Okay,
He
lovely.
sang the Hanuman Chalisa. If you go to Living Hanuman,
And Rina, we can
Mm-hmm.
always invite him again and again.
ah,
Hmm.
We can always invite
lovely.
him because he's from
And
Shrikula only.
kids will love him. He's such a lovely man.
Yeah. I will ask kids, but I doubt, I know looking at their program, school,
Yes,
colleges, work, etc. But I will definitely be there
bilkul.
and planning to be there after my class. I'll straight away head uh, for that.
Fantastic, fantastic. So on that note, we should prepare for our evening meditation and we'll stay connected.